Well, guys, this morning setting up mating nukes. Got queens in the incubator emerging, and I believe I finally got my plan to work out here. We're gonna see. I tried to set this up earlier in the winter when they went to almonds. We just didn't have a good almond year, good weather year down there, so they didn't build like they wanted to. But this is what I'm trying to do, is get established colonies for my nukes. So here I've got some cap brood, some's emerged, and there's eggs back in it. And I'm going to start making up mini splits, is what they are. So my nuke colonies for the queens are going to be mini splits. They're going to have their own bees that emerge right in their box. They're going to, here's a nice frame of cap brood. So, ow, and a stinger. And here's some open brood. So this is, my hopes is that this is going to hold these bees in these colonies, which is what I had trouble with before, was getting the bees to stay in there. If they went queenless very long, they'd just leave. If they got old, they would die out. It was a struggle. So here I got more eggs and some cap larvae, so those are going to just be getting ready to emerge. I think I'm going to have a better chance doing this now. These small little nukes can get tough because there isn't a lot of room in there, so they're going to want to swarm pretty quick if you don't keep an eye on them. But, and here's honey and pollen, and I really don't want to jam them up too much with too much of that. But I'll get one in each box just like I would have split. I'm hoping that this is gonna solve some of those problems, and we're just gonna have to watch. And I may end up having to put tops on them, you know, take some of the bottoms off of some of my other, the girls aren't happy this morning, off of some of my other small nukes and put on them like a super. But we'll just see how that goes and whether I need to do it or not. I'll have to watch them pretty close. I've got to stop my expansion stuff and get back on my queen rearing stuff. We don't need the drones in there, girls. And today is my no circle day, so I set my plans and what I'm doing, and I'm staying with that. Even if I get in the middle of it and decide I don't like that idea and I want to do something different, doesn't matter, I'm finishing it today. Then I'm gonna stop and fix it tomorrow, because I just end up second guessing myself way too much and going in circles and getting nowhere. So I gotta just start sticking with the plan. All right, most of the rest of that stuff is honey. Give you girls a few replacement frames here, and maybe you get back to laying on those. This box is doing really well. It's actually one of Dave's, my buddy Dave's boxes of bees, but they're making brood. So they're just starting to draw that one out. The girls are not happy this morning. I don't know. Dave's got some pretty ornery bees, but they do a hell of a job. That's what we're finding, is a lot of them are swarm catches. That's how he grows mostly, and cutouts. So they seem to be a little more aggressive than a lot of them, but big builders. They build fast. stay strong, so gonna have to deal with a little of it. All right, do we not have any over in this side? Not seeing. There's a little bit of brood in that one, not much. All right, well, you guys are getting the gist of what I'm doing here. I don't need to let you keep watching me get stung. I'll show you when I get them set out wherever I'm setting them today. I'm back in the radish yard. This is where I set up my mating nucs that I made up. So that was yesterday. I forgot my camera to show you setting them up, but I had some more queens emerge last night, so I need to place them so we'll get this finished. So these are the nucs that we made up as splits, and I've placed queens in there. I was putting a marshmallow in the end for everybody to eat out, but I was having trouble with some of the queens getting in there and getting their heads stuck to the darn thing. So I've gone to just taping them, and then I'll come back and release. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera up here, and we'll put one of them in. It'll stay here. All right. So before I place any queen in anything, I do an inspection. I'm tired of wasting queens. If for some reason or another there's already one in here, I don't need to put another one in. And you never know. The bees don't always do it like you're supposed to. Just being here overnight, there could be a virgin queen that popped in that just got mated and landed in here. They do crazy stuff. And I need to keep an eye in here for queen cells, because being a split, there's good possibilities there's some eggs in here, and they're going to attempt to make queens in any way they can. So something that I'll have to for the next few days anyway, be checking to see. We got bee emerging in here, so that was my plan. That worker bee now knows no other colony but this one. So this one's got quite a bit of nice open space too, which will keep them from getting crowded too quick, because I also want to leave my queens in until she's capping brood, so I know that it's good, and the queen at that point has really good pheromone to let out when you go to place her in another colony. Or if you grab her the instant she starts laying an egg and you make her stop while you put her in a cage and get her to another colony, that she doesn't smell like a queen yet. You know, she doesn't have really strong pheromones, and they can reject her. So I was working in my cell builder today, and I shook in a bunch of nurse bees to help take care of these girls while I got them here, because I've been having trouble with my bees not being fed well enough, my queens. So the darn things always want to end up clear up in the neck of these, hiding up there. So go on now, you girls get off of there. I don't need you on here anymore. But the other thing that I'm going to do to attempt to keep them fed better is that little puff of smoke has got these bees eating honey. So I know they've got some food in them. John with Baddest Bees did put this in one of his videos here a while back, and it was a great idea. I hadn't even thought about it. I've put bees in with them before, but not making sure that I got bees that are eating first. So then I know that they've got food in them and they're ready to take care of the queen and feed her. So it's always easier if I can get them pointed the right direction. Come here. I'd like to get a couple of them in there. Now there's somebody to help tend her. And we'll just set it in like so. Now the one problem with taping that shut and not putting something in there for them to release her is if I don't get back here in time, those worker bees I just put in are going to die and she won't get fed well, and that'll be the end of that. So I need to get back to take care of them on time. So on my lid, when I painted these all different colors, I put a mark on the front so that I could keep it turned the right way, because if the queen is out on a mating flight and I have it this way and she comes back and I have it this way, she can easily be confused. So I want the lid to always go back on the same direction as I'm checking her. But I'm gonna just write right on there when I place the cell in, so that I can remember to come back and fix that. So anyhow, with this all put together and out to you guys,